up, guys? Still down here in downtown Charleston and about to visit the AIKEN-RHETT house. This one goes back to 1820. Charleston, ground zero for these old antebellum homes. And I think they may have, might have Natchez beat, actually. Let me walk a little closer. You'll see the double portico. And I think that's just made to look like stone. It's probably stuccoed and those white lines are just painted. Looks like it's gonna have the same hours as the Nathaniel Russell house. And you can buy a combination ticket. It's $24 for both homes. But, oh wow, check, looks like they've got doors as shutters. And hopefully I'll be able to walk on the porch, and I'm sure that window opens up to become a door. All right, I'm checked in. I'm taking the audio tour, self-guided, but they do offer guided tours. And yeah, this house has been preserved, not renovated, so it looks as it did at the time of its use. Some information here, like I said, built by businessman John Robinson, but acquired by Governor Aiken in the 1830s. All right, federal style dwelling into a Greek revival mansion. For 150 years, the Aiken family lived here. Wow, and as always, pause for more information. Here's the evolution. Wow, okay, yeah, it's definitely grown. This is the storeroom. One of the rooms in the cellar down here. Nice chandelier right there. Porcelain plates over here, and these ones belong to Governor Aiken. Another photo of the interior. That's a pretty large picture back there. So again, everything we see is going to be original. The house is preserved, not restored, as I said. So, okay, I'm sure the servants would use these stairs, these kind of back stairs to go up. Okay, I see the kitchen right across the way, so I'm sure they brought the food over here. But the servants' hall. So let's see, is this where they prepped the food, maybe? It's kind of dark in here. Or possibly a plate warmer. I don't know. House was renovated in the 1830s and then again in the 1850s. I'm listening to the audio as I'm filming. All right, so this would be the plate warmer, I believe. Oh wow, Governor Aiken was one of the largest slave owners in the entire country. And it's weird that he was against secession, but I know I keep saying it, but I think this is a plate warmer. I guess just a stand for a sewing machine. Walking out into the work yard. I don't know if you can see the rings between the 3rd and 4th level. It's part of the call bell system. And right here, part of it as well. So I guess they had a wire going up, going through those rings to the upper level. Interesting. And so they probably had a cistern pump water up to the upper level. I'm just guessing. Denmark Vesey, a formerly enslaved man in 1822, had plotted a revolt, a slave revolt. So after that, the homes in Charleston began building walls. Yeah, just like the Nathaniel Russell house I was just at, there's a wall surrounding the property. Before we go in the kitchen, it looks like the tour wants us to explore the grounds, the work grounds first. So let me take a walk back here. This wall was put up in 1832. Magnolias, crepe myrtles. And are these just little storage areas? Oh, these are privies, outdoor toilets. And have the fancy pointed arches on them. Looks like they're well ventilated. This one is open, but it's just being used for storage, it looks like. This was a garden building. Again, pointed arch entrance. Oh, it's a pretty neat shot right here. Again, I feel like you're in a villa in Spain or Italy. And we are standing on the site of a Revolutionary War battlefield. And this would have looked great when that thing was freshly painted yellow. And pointed arches is the theme, apparently. It's kind of odd to have a door that big up there. 5 rooms on the upper level again where the enslaved lived. Got little hatches on the windows. And unfortunately not much information on the enslaved that lived here. Here we go. Yeah, you'd have the stone slabs down here just in case any embers came off the stove. And this is pretty fancy for the 1830s, the stove right here with this iron top. You could imagine how hot it would get in here, these South Carolina summers. Although there is a really nice breeze blowing through. And you must have had a more modern stove right here. And I guess this was a hearth. This is actually a photo from an enslaved lady at Refuge Plantation in Georgia. Laundry sketch by Edwin Forbes, 1864. Boy, long dresses in front of that fire, so looks kind of dangerous. What's over here? A little burner. You can touch. Mortar and paste. Rice was not only one of Charleston's cash crops, but it was also a staple of lowland country cuisine. I think they called it Carolina Gold. All right, what's in here? That's what I figured. Another hearth. And you see the little pick scratches can still see the little burn marks down here, into the wood. They say these walls were actually painted in vibrant colors originally. Okay, you can kind of tell right here. Plank door right here. You could tell that was some sort of orange color. Up here at the slave quarters. And nice breeze blowing right now, but you can imagine it would get hot up here being on top of the kitchen. And you can see this is brightly painted, and pretty decent sized fireplace right there. Is this a bedroom? But should be 5 rooms up here. Kind of a yellow color. Yeah, I can imagine this was a bedroom. The Gregg family lived in this room. Final room back here. I'm sure this would have been a bedroom. Decent sized hearth right there. And yeah, I'm sure all these windows would have been open during the summertime. The reason for this external hallway and the windows on the room are to prevent sunlight from going directly into the room to kind of cool things down. A little tub right there, taking a bath. Oh, what's going on right there? And a little window right here. All right, and a larger room back here. Stairway, it's right there. And I don't know what's going on with the brick right there. These stairs are pretty well worn. Okay, the laundry. Got some artifacts in here. Old porcelain pieces. Some of the objects the Enslaved would have used. We've got toothbrush remnants, marbles, of course your colonial pipes. Oh yeah, old bottles right here. Now we'll go in the carriage house. I guess that would be the rumble seat back there. A little bit of a nicer one over here. I guess this is where the coachman sat. I always like to look at the shocks. All right, onto the stable. South Carolina Canal and Railroad Company, it says. All right, well, the remains of the stable. Oh, and this door would have taken you to the stairs above, but that's not open to tour. All right, medallions under the cornice, and again, those door-like shutters. But now we're going inside. Got boot scrapers down there.
This is a cousin of Major Andrew Rhett.
Okay.
It's one of his cousins.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Oh, nice ironwork. Well, plaster medallion. And kind of a dome shape up here. Key pattern. And made to look like marble. But, okay, so double parlor. Oh, wow, check it out. Yeah, we saw this earlier in that black and white picture. Pretty grand mirror right there. And what is this? Turkey? You'll see, of course, the pocket doors. Get to the other side. Gasolier. Imported French wallpaper installed in the 1850s. And that's good. Some of it's still preserved. You hate the sunlight hitting the upholstery. They did the entertaining on this side with the piano. Chickering out of Boston. And this is Miss Henrietta A. Aiken. Matching chandelier over here. And what's in here? Preservation in progress. Can't really... Well, you can't see it, but there's a big painting of Harriet Aiken's right there. Oh, and a real nice, real nice table. this hidden from the sunlight at least. Oh, and we've got a fireplace back here. Okay, nice. Walk outside on the porch, and we've got one of these Charleston joggling chairs. I think I've got one of these included in every one of my videos. These originated here in Charleston, and we've got two of them. And these were, you see these almost every plantation I go to in the deep south. You see these things. And I've said it in about every video, but there are several purposes. I've read that it was therapeutic for people who have rheumatism and arthritis. They would bounce up and down. It was for young couples. They would bounce up and down. It would bring them closer. And then I've also heard it's used to mimic a carriage. All right, so I got lost on my audio tour. I don't know what happened to it. But anyway, so yeah, these are these giant door shutters. Latch right here. Imagine they had a statue maybe right there, possibly. But all right, so wrap around porch, another joggling chair. And again, they refer this to a piazza. Which is fitting because the house looks like something you would find in Italy. Well, you could shake hands with the next door neighbor. Raises up, of course, to become a door. Lets in a great breeze. Nice marble stand right here. All right, guys, we're back in action. We're in the dining room. Wow. And this was part of the 1830s renovation. Here is Governor Aiken's. Is this a coal fireplace? I think so. But yeah, black marble. And again, lots of mirrors and lots of windows. Following the theme. Check out this old wheelchair. Calf's head soup was a delicacy at the time. You can imagine a lot of oysters and seafood served here as well. Barometer over here. Pretty solid bureau right here. All right, so check out the porcelain over here. This porcelain platter lid and plate, circa 1813, out of Worcester, England, or Worcester, England, I think it might be pronounced. A pair of pictures out of New York, circa 1829, Baldwin Gardner. Check out these small little chairs. And yeah, those weren't made for comfort, but all right, let's go into the library. And okay, I thought this would be one of those convex mirrors, but it's not. Usually you've got the federal legal up there, but this is a little bit different. What is that thing? Oh, pretty neat right here. Yeah, coal fireplace. Aiken the Unionist, staunch Unionist who opposed Southern secession during the war. Let's see what we have. Historic characters and famous events. And all right. Speaking of secessionists, he was a staunch one. Calhoun. Glare. All right, art gallery out here. Kind of gray marble on this one. Check out this giant chiffero. I guess I'll wrap my way around. These open windows are doing a great job of cooling it off up here. It feels good actually. Oh, so we've got a slate bed over here, a little day bed behind it. And yeah, once you're out of bed in the morning, that's the last time you use the bed. It's made up. And then if you have to take a nap, you use the day bed. Imagine the lady of the house would have had her brooches, combs, necklaces, whatever else. Swivel mirror. Okay, you can walk out on this porch. Yeah, I guess I'll walk out here real quick. Strong breeze blowing. This giant tree is putting out a strong scent. And you see a bunch of bees on it. Smells good. Yeah, this would have been a great place to relax. You can hear the church bells. Oh, all right, another sleigh bed in here. And was this to hold a hat? Or, I was gonna say it's not a bucket. Sometimes they have little buckets you put sand in to put out a fire, but I don't think that's what it is. And check out this door. AIKEN-RHETT, born in 1876. And this is Andrew Jr., became the superintendent of public schools here. This guy's a little Scottish outfit on. So obviously the bathroom right here, little wash tub. And all right, so a bigger bathtub. Pretty deep. It's surrounded in wood. I guess pitcher right here to fill up that smaller bathtub. So a dressing table, a little privacy, I guess. Interesting. Got your little gasoliers right here. Oh, you can't go out this way. All right, I can walk across to this room. Two-seater settee or a three-seater, maybe. They would have balls in this room. Very ornate. Gold, silver, and red flat wallpaper. They installed this after they returned from a grand tour of Europe, trying to get fancy. All right, so this is the drawing room. And of course, it's not where you drew. I've been told that the term comes from, it's to draw people into the room. A lot of neat items in here. Again, giant mirror. Matching settee over here. Another coal fireplace. This one's a little fancier. Ionic columns. After Governor Aiken died, his wife turned this into a bedroom. Oh yeah, some plasterwork up here. And this would have been brightly colored, it looks like. Okay, so leaving the drawing room, and I believe the art gallery is going to be the last thing. Yeah, can't go to the upper level. What's going on right there? Should take us to the art gallery. And then that should be the last thing. Oh, and back here behind the stairway, looks like that takes you down to the basement. Voila. Well, a bunch of covered up statues. Maybe I can go online and see what these are. Oh, cool cornice. Oh, nice fireplace. And obviously they would cap these during the summer when they weren't used. This was the centerpiece of their 1857 restoration, and one of the only rooms in the house to be climate controlled. See, the windows are all shuttered up. That's it for the AIKEN-RHETT house. And boy, I wish I had more time. I would take a walk around Charleston. Plethora of historic homes. But I'm gonna be back down here. But yeah, I'm gonna hit the road as always, guys. Like and subscribe. See you on the next one.